So a slate of Mamdani-backed progressives sweeping their primary races, but will it spell trouble come November? Democrats say don't read too much into it.
My focus is on winning the House for the Democrats. I'm focusing on making Hakeem Speaker, and that means my focus is on races where between red to blue.
We're watching closely two open seat races that House Democratic leadership hasn't gotten involved in.
I never said we're united as a party.
The challenge for us, and I'm optimistic about our prospects, is that we get people who've been elected around the country, we come up with a coherent agenda that's totally focused on helping everyday people be able to pay their bills.
But New York Attorney General Letitia James is striking a different tone, saying, quote, some of the candidates that he has supported are individuals who do not understand the politics of New York City. All of us are a little frustrated with the Democratic Party, but you don't blow it up. Let's bring in New York Post columnist and Fox News contributor Miranda Devine. Okay, so Miranda, I was shocked by this. Letitia James was a big supporter of Mamdani, early supporter of him. The fact that there's friction that is going on now, what is happening?
Well, I mean, I think she's absolutely right. The DSA has decided that it's going to jettison any deals that they might have had with those moderate or establishment Democrats who just tried to save their own skins. The leader of the Hispanic caucus was one of the first to endorse Mamdani, and Mamdani endorsed a candidate who ousted him on Tuesday. So there's no honour among thieves. And I think, you know, you see Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer and so on, they're like comical Ali while, you know, Baghdad's on fire. They're saying nothing to see here. It's an unmitigated disaster for them, but it's a good thing for Republicans because, for one thing, they can point to these fringe characters with their repellent policies that nobody in America wants and differentiate themselves in the midterms and sort of paint the entire party as being a party of crazies. That's what Donald Trump's done very effectively. But the other thing to remember is not to get too terrified that communism is going to sweep the United States, because the three candidates, for instance, in New York who are coming to Congress from the DSA, the socialists, the communists, they're not from New York. Letitia James, quite right. Not one of them is from the community. And it's really a triumph of community organising because the turnout is so dismal. Between the three of them, they got 3% of the vote of registered eligible Democrats in New York City. So, you know, people just sat at home. And I would just urge everybody, whether you're a Republican or a moderate or a centrist or an independent, register as a Democrat in New York so that you get a say in the Democrat primaries, because once someone wins the primary, they've won the general.
Yeah, and it also looks like black voters are rejecting the socialism. None of the, and that's the base of the Democratic Party, so they should probably have a word. I want to get to Speaker Johnson. This is what he had to say about these progressives winning. Watch.
Are we going to maintain our status as a constitutional republic on our 250th anniversary? Or are we going to make a new choice and go down some road towards a communist utopia? What a split screen we're seeing. Right now, we're triumphantly hosting the World Cup games all around the country. And we're seeing people from different countries come and get a little taste of America, a little taste of freedom, of our culture and our society, and they appreciate it so much more than these socialists running for Congress.
Yeah, because they get it, Miranda. They've witnessed socialism firsthand, and they understand the negative impact, right?
Absolutely. And Mike Johnson's very good. He's articulated the Republican case against the Democrat Party based on this influx of crazy communists. And he's quite right. The rest of the world loves what they see in America, the freedom that they don't have in their countries. I don't think Americans are fully aware of what's happened, even in the Anglosphere, in England, in Australia, in New Zealand, where the left has become ascendant and freedom has disappeared in many cases.
Yeah. 10 million people in the last administration didn't invade our borders for nothing. There was something that they were running to. We just wish they would have done it the legal way. Thanks so much, Miranda.
100%. Thanks, Lawrence.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.